You do not need generative AI to make stuff inspired by George Lucas. Take it from me, who made this visual effects shot on iPhone back in 2022. Now, technically, I modeled the ship on iPad, but that was before I had the iPhone. I made it by making a matte painting in Art Studio Pro for the background, because matte paintings are what they used in Star Wars and in Lord of the Rings to do the backgrounds. And then I brought that along with my 3D asset into Node Video, which had 3D animation tools at the time, but they were really limited. So I had to animate the background and then also animate the 3D ship flying into the frame. I painstakingly used the curve editor to do the keyframe animation for this. I brought everything into LumaFusion and did all the compositing there, taking screen recordings of different lens flares that I made and then adding them onto the ship and then just tracking everything together and then also doing the motion blur there, also color grading everything there too. Learning all of that enabled me to take all those techniques to Unreal Engine on the computer and then do the same thing. But for Coruscant, I used the buildings that I made in Nomad Sculpt on iPhone as well as Shaper 3D on the iPad. Keyframe animated everything there using the sequencer. It was so much fun being able to do that. At the time, I just couldn't appreciate what I had made. And I was so obsessed with the outcome, which in this case wasn't the work, but it was what I wanted the work to do for me. I thought that, oh, if I shared this, then like people will see it and oh, I can get this opportunity. That just was the wrong way to look at it. And I think that same kind of mindset is what tricks people into believing that generative AI can give them what they're looking for, because they're only thinking about the outcome. They're only thinking about the end result. That's just not what does it for me anymore. It never really did. I'm realizing that the process is what excites me more than anything else. And also I'm realizing that it's important to be proud of the progress made throughout that process and to be proud of what I do. Because there's this mindset that like you can't like what you make and that you have to look at your past work and only see the flaws. If that's how you look at things, then you can't celebrate the progress. And you can also see what worked when it worked. And if you can't do that, yeah, it makes it very hard to stay creative or to stay engaged in that process when things like generative AI come along claiming that it has the power to replace you, which it doesn't. But you may not know that if you can't appreciate the progress and you can't appreciate and be proud of the work. All these years later, even though I'm still wearing the same shirt and I'm wearing the same glasses, even though it's a different pair because I sat on the original pair and broke them, and my hair is nowhere near as long as it was then. I'm just so glad that I went and made that stuff. If I hadn't, then I wouldn't be positioned to make what I'm about to make now. Here are the apps that I like using for this kind of thing. You don't have to use generative AI. Your human creativity is way more valuable. I just want to share that for anyone out there who is also inspired by George Lucas and wants to create stuff like he did. We have everything we need right here.